Yes, can we start?
Yes, sir.
It is also getting live on my channel. So those who are not attending can always go and go through what has been discussed. There are right now 8 people, 8 students: Aniruddha, Deepali, Josna, Kritika, Samsung, Shirish, Tushar, and Vivo. So with and Mr. Goyal is also there. So with these 9 students, we are going to start our meeting for SIP, summer project. So first, we'll discuss the basics. Why this particular subject is there in the curriculum? Why this subject is there in the curriculum? First of all, for regular MBA students, it is one of the most important subject, because all these students are mostly freshers. They are mostly 90% of them, they are freshers. So whatever theories they have learned in first and second semester, they have to practice these things in the organizations. As most of them, they are freshers, don't have any exposure to industry, they are expected to work for at least 2 months in industry. That industry may be a small company, that industry may be a registered firm, that industry may be a NGO, that industry may be a very small entrepreneurial venture. Any kind of company is acceptable for doing your research. That is one thing. For regular MBA students, specialization is certificate of completion, where you have completed the project. So suppose I have done my project in Wipro, suppose I have done my project in ITC, certificate of completion is mandatory. Certification of completion is mandatory for our batch, that is a School of Open Learning. Such kind of certificate of completion is not mandatory. That is the first thing I would like to clear. Second thing, so suppose Mr. Aniruddha Chatterjee is doing his specialization. What is your specialization? Or Mr. Tushar, what is your specialization?
I've taken finance.
Okay, so it is not mandatory that you should take finance for your project. It is not mandatory that you should do your project in the same specialization which you are pursuing for your MBA. So basically in project, we expect you to do certain interdisciplinary work also. So if someone is having doing work in HR, but wants to do career in marketing, he can do in marketing. If somebody is doing in HR and wants to pursue in operations management, logistics management, international business, still it is fine. So your project is not dependent on this specialization. This project, third thing is an opportunity to practice whatever you have learned 2 semesters, and that you can practice in industry. Obviously, when you are working in industry, for almost every or more than that, so that elementary perspective is not there. That elementary perspective project is not there. Otherwise, for regular students, they don't know anything about the industry, so it is expected. So I will just start with the way project is written. Okay. So the first page of the project is an introductory page, where your name, your coordinator's name or guide's name, your college name, MBA, that template I will forward you on the group. That template I have already forwarded to some students, but I will forward it on the group. First page ka template. Second template is about second template about acknowledgement. So to whoever you want to thank for completion of your project, be your people in your company who have helped you or your boss. So it is an acknowledgement. Third thing is declaration. The ready-made format is there with the institute. I can send it on a group. So it is about that you have not done this project for any other work, any other degree. You have not submitted this project to any other institute or organization or university. So that is a declaration. Third thing, which is compulsory, is institute certificate, where my sign or you want to take some other faculty signature from the Naval Warrior Institute, you can also do that. So that liberty is there, that you can visit the institute, you can take the help of any other guide, maybe business analytics, financial management, logistics management, or any other specialization. You can take the help of that guide after visiting the institute, and that guide's signature and director's signature will be there on the certificate. That is certificate of the institute. Now from here, the project will start. Now from here, the actual project will start from table of contents. And the first topic is, I'll just enlist few of the topics in your project. The first is introduction. So by reading your introduction of 1.5 page, people or the Viva person should come to know what you have done in this project. What you have done in this project. If you want, you can also write executive summary. If you want executive summary. So within 1.5 page, you should be able to summarize what you have done in this project. I'll come to topics in detail later on. First, I'll just enlisting the topics. The first topic is either introduction of the project or executive summary of the project. Second topic is objectives of the project. Second topic is objectives of the project. Please, whoever is making notes, please make a note, because I will re-refer the topic names at least. So first topic. So first topic is introduction or executive summary. Second topic is objectives of the project. Third topic is organizational profile. Third topic is organizational profile. Fourth topic is literature review. Fourth topic is literature review. Fifth topic is research methodology. Fifth topic is research methodology. Next topic is data analysis and interpretation. Data analysis and interpretation. Next topic is learnings from the project. Learnings from the project. Next topic is contribution to the organization. Contribution to the organization. Next topic is conclusion. Conclusion. Next topic is bibliography. Bibliography. And the last topic is annexure. The last topic is annexure. Again, I will repeat. Introduction or executive summary, objectives of the project, organizational profile. Organizational profile. Next thing was literature review. Literature review. Next thing is research methodology. Next thing is learnings from the project. Next thing is contribution to the organization. one thing I missed. After contribution, you can also write suggestions to the company. So suggestions, conclusion, bibliography, and annexure. Any problem? Whatever we have discussed? Kritika, Shirish ji, Sudhanshu ji, Tushar ji.
All clear, sir.
What exactly do we need to have in literature review?
Yes, topic by topic we'll come to this thing.
Okay.
Second thing, I'll start with objectives of this study. So objectives of this study may, what you have to write is what you want to learn from this project. What you want to learn from this project. So suppose I am working in digital marketing. Probably I would like to learn what digital marketing is, what is SEO, or what is social media marketing, how Instagram works, at what time you have a better reach when you keep the post on Instagram or LinkedIn. Suppose I am working in business development or lead development management process. I want to study lead development process. What is the lead development process in a particular company? What are the challenges in the lead development process? What is the success ratio? So all these objectives you can keep for lead management. If somebody is going for financial management, then he can go for what is, I want to learn or to study what is working capital management. What is the status of working capital management in a particular company, to study the effectiveness of financial management procedures in a particular company. Or in finance also, if somebody wants to go at, I want to do ratio analysis, I want to study different ratios and I want to do ratio analysis. So that can be the objective. Sorry, my picture is not clear because there is coverage issue. So I'm near window, so light is a problem. Hopefully it's better. So it's about, so any objectives if you're writing, you should start with always to study, to understand, to evaluate, to synthesize, to differentiate. So these are some verbs which we generally use when you are writing objectives. So somebody is doing certain data analysis using Python, then you can write to analyze the data by using Python, or to use Python for modeling, or to create a certain model using Python, or to create a model by using R, or just by simple Excel or any other platform. If you are using it, you can also use it in business analytics or BA. Or if somebody wants to do in logistics management, he can go for to study the logistic management procedure. If some organization may be using SAP, so to study the SAP process, data entry regarding SAP, how the SAP model works for logistics management, for operations management, or you can to study vendor development process, vendor satisfaction role, employee satisfaction role by using SAP. So these are the objectives which may vary depending on the area of specialization. Any problem in objectives?
No, sir.
Like Shirish ji, which area you are working for, Shirish ji? Or Dipali Shelar, anyone? We can discuss like one example. Or Aniruddha Chatterjee.
So my specialization is finance and HR. I'm planning to do it in HR, performance management.
Okay, performance management. So generally when
and training need analysis.
Yes, so when we are writing objectives, generally the first objective should be little bit theoretical. That what I want to understand the performance management system. So that will be purely theoretical understanding. Then second objectives can be to study the performance management system in a particular company, and then to understand the effectiveness of training, which is a component of performance management system. What kind of trainings are taken, whether they're efficient or not, whether it really helpful for the employees or not. So to understand the effectiveness of a particular training program or training policy of the company. So these can be your 3-4 objectives. Anyone else who would like to discuss?
Hello,
Sir,
sir.
I would like to share.
Yes, please.
Sir, I am my major is in financial management, and I am looking. I'm planning to do portfolio management for in the same.
Okay, so suppose you are in wealth management area or portfolio management of some company. So a basic objective, again, I said that generally the first objective is theoretical. What do you mean? I want to understand what is portfolio management. Then to study the suppose you are working for a bank as the relationship manager right now. So you can always go for to analyze the portfolios of selective people or selective kind of people or a particular industry as a portfolio, how it is operating. So you can go on describing a particular portfolio. So a banking sector, performance of a banking sector, performance of a electrical sector, durable sector. So you can take sector wise also. If you're working in finance, you can also select a particular sector and then you can go for a portfolio management.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Tomorrow, if possible, I will try to keep some projects on the group regarding portfolio management. So it will give you certain idea about how to write a particular project on portfolio management. The next topic, with your permission, I'll jump in. Yes, please.
So my project, my majors is international business, and my project topic that I've selected is shipping and custom clearance of export and import cargo.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So because of this topic, it's going to be very theoretical. And since I've done a little bit of research so far, spoken to a lot of custom officers, they've told me that everything that I would be able to collect would only be specimens. So would that be okay? Because taxpayers would not be able to disclose their details for any project.
Yes, this is a problem wherever there is a question of data or little bit, we can say, confidential data. It is the most common thing in financial management also, when it is about if you are doing something in corporate finance of some company and you are analyzing a particular company's performance or a project like yours, where it will be very difficult to get authentic data from any source, because nobody would like to disclose their confidential data before a researcher or a research student. So in this case, yes, either you have to get a data which is very close to real data. So if some companies earning are 100 rupees, you can quote it as 90 rupees and do the rest of modeling, because you don't want to give accurate data or accurate representation of a company. Or in your case, even samples will do, no problem.
Yes, sir. And getting the customs manual is also okay as a research annexure?
Yes, because studying something which is unknown is research. It is a
Yes.
journey of probably known to unknown. So yes, if you are doing something in IB and customs manual previously you have not studied, you can take it as an annexure for your study.
Yes, sir. The complete manual is what I've collected from assistant commissioners and superintendents of customs.
Yes, but please also take care that the length of the project generally should not go very wide, because sometimes some manuals are very lengthy. So
Yes, sir.
it
So
should
I
not
won't
be
be,
too lengthy.
no, sir, I won't be putting in the whole manual. The manual is over 2000 pages. I'll be only getting a
Mhm.
few specimens.
Yes, yes, yes. That you can always take. And other thing is, like, some of the questions can be then you have to create in your mind also, so that you can take the Viva person to those things which you know from the project.
Okay, sir.
Which you know from the project. So
Okay, sir.
that is a trick of a interviewer or the person who is giving the interview. It is interviewee that taking the Viva person or interviewer in that direction, in
Yes, sir.
which he is a master or is aware of. So yes, if it is too lengthy brochure, you can always take the person that yes, it is a very lengthy manual, but my focus or my concentration or my focus of study was more on this area, that you can always tell.
Yes. Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
So coming back to the topic or chapterization, it's the third thing is, I think, organizational profile. So it is a company's profile. You can also write the company profile or organizational profile. It is the introduction of the company where you are working. Now, the general mistake which is done by the students is that if they don't have lot of content in their project, they write 20 pages on the organizational profile. Especially this thing happen when you are doing regular MBA kind of thing. Okay, when students don't get a good job profile in SIP, they write a lot about organizational profile. So please restrict yourself when you are writing organizational profile. It should not be very lengthy, so that the Viva person is getting the impression that isne kuch nahi kiya. That's why organizational profile is very lengthy. So you should save yourself from that impression. Generally, it should include the things which are related to your specialization. So suppose my area is marketing, then I can write about their products, their pricing policy, their promotional policies, how they are doing branding, how they are doing endorsement. If someone is doing from financial perspective, they can also write pricing policy, products. But apart from that, we can write more about their previous financial performance, how the general meetings are happening, and plus introductory profile, history of the organization, who are the board of directors, who established this organization. So the history, the present status, generally we represent in the organizational profile. Minimum should be 7 to 8 pages. Maximum should not be more than 12, 13 pages. Max it is. Okay, 12, 13 pages. Minimum, you can always have 7 to 8 pages of organizational profile. Because if some organization is really very big, like maybe TCS, somebody is working, maybe somebody is working for big brand, like there are many people who work. So giving justice to a particular organization may require 7 to 8 pages also. But again, I'll repeat, it is more about the history of the company in terms of establishment, the growth of the company. You can have major milestones, how the company has evolved over a period of time, who are the present board of directors, major products, major services in terms of it is like web designing, application development. So what are the major services, who are the major clients, any awards, rewards, governance policies if you have got. So all these things you can always express in organizational profile. Any problem in objectives and organizational profile? Mm, yes,
No.
Mr. Bhagyesh. Okay, so considering that everybody is with me, at least Josna.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so going to next thing is I think after
Sorry, sir.
organizational profile. After
Uh,
organizational profile,
Sir,
yes, Josna, any problem, any doubt?
sir, Pooja here.
Okay, sorry.
So, this company profile thing would not be applicable for international business, right?
Why? Means you are doing this thing for a
The-
particular company or for a particular industry? Very good question.
Yes, sir. So, this is just the process of shipping cargoes, how they are cleared through customs during import and export.
No problem. You can skip the organizational profile.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
But for you, the next chapter becomes important then. It is literature review.
Okay, sir.
So I am going to next chapter, literature review. It is about a review what has been written about the topic by earlier researchers, by the authors. So suppose I am working for business development, wealth management, portfolio management, maybe SEO, or maybe social media marketing, maybe working capital management, whatever my area is, whatever earlier researchers have done, I need to put it in literature review. So suppose like your project, Ms. Pardesi, suppose you are working in
Yes, sir.
for international business. So you can also write a perspective on what is international business is. What is international business is? Which are the policies of the government which affects international business? So whether it is fiscal policies or whether they are forex policies, how it's affect, what is the impact of government policies on the company. And then if you're writing about manuals and everything, then you can have a review about that. So again, I will repeat, you can write about the industry in which you are working for. Like somebody is working for a bank, then he or she can write about banking industry in India, how it has prospered over a period of time. Then a part of it may be, so suppose you are working on NPA, somebody is working on NPA, then he or she write about NPA in detail, that what is NPA, what are rating agencies, what is CIBIL, what is CARE. So there are different rating agencies, how they work. So they can write about the theory. Basically, literature review is about what is written about a topic in books, in websites, in research journals. Okay, that is called a literature review. But one care you have to take here is that from whichever website you are taking the material, you have to give credit to that author, to that website. Otherwise, it will be treated as a plagiarism. So if you are taking some data from, suppose ICICI Bank portal, somebody is taking data from HDFC Bank's portal. Suppose somebody is taking the data from ISO's portal. Somebody is taking the data from Government of India's portal, like IB Business is there. So from whichever website you are taking any data related to a topic, you have to give reference to that website in the bibliographic section. The second last topic is bibliography. So you have to write that complete web link. So web link copy karo. Web link copy karo. Please.
कुठेतरी थांबू आपण. हो कुठेतरी थांबू हॉटेल बघून संडास आली.
Yes, Mr. Bhagyesh. Can we go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Yes, where were you? I missed the link. I got little bit disturbed. Where were we? Bibliography, I suppose. So how to write a bibliography? So whichever article you are going through from a website, पूरा link copy करना है by going on the website address. वो पूरा link copy करके you have to paste in the bibliography section. So suppose you have referred 20 websites, 30 websites, कितने भी websites refer करो, there is no problem. But you have to give credit to that website, to that author. So उसका reference you should always write in bibliography. पूरा web link copy करो. If you are taking reference from a book, तो book का reference दे दो. Okay, that book is written by this author in this year, and from this page number I have taken some content. So there is a standard format of writing that bibliography, but I will not discuss at length of how to write bibliography. If you are taking from the website, just paste the complete link in the bibliography. If you are taking it from book, then write the author's name, the year of publication, the book's name, and the page numbers. If you are taking from some newspaper, then write the newspaper, date of publication. So suppose you come across some Times of India or Business Standard ka article, then just write Business Standard. In India, Pune edition published on this day. I have taken help from this article for my particular project. Okay, so always give credit. So literature review mein, it's more about what has been previously written in journal, books, websites, magazines. ये सब कुछ literature review में आएगा, which is relevant to your topic only. Which is relevant to your topic only. I'll just skip back to earlier topic, that is organizational profile. So if you are writing content, or if you are directly taking content from your company's website, so somebody is working for, suppose, Neville Badia, and he or she directly pasting the content from the website of Neville Badia Institute, then generally companies write that we do such kind of thing. These are our clients. This is what we do for our clients. So as a student, we should not write we, I. You should always write the companies into this. These are the company's products. These are the company's clients. So I, we, you should be avoided when you are writing any kind of project. It is always the company, the organization. And if you're writing about yourself, then the researcher. Don't write, I have done this thing. The researcher has done this thing. Any problem in literature review?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. The next topic is, what is the next topic? Research methodology. The next topic is research methodology. In research methodology, it's more about how you have done this project. Okay, how you have done this project. What was the methodology of doing this project? Now, earlier when university was doing projects, they were expecting to do certain kind of research. They were doing certain kind of research, but now you are not doing any kind of research project. You are working for your company, and then you are managing to do certain kind of project. So उसमें pure research methodology आना बहुत difficult है. It's really very difficult to get actual research methodology, what we generally write in research projects. But what should be the contents of research methodology? First, you should always write what is research, definition of research. Then you can write what do you mean by research methodology. Now आप research का definition किसी website से उठाओगे, then that reference should go in bibliography. Research methodology का definition उठाओगे, then that should go in bibliography. So you should write from research, what do you mean by research? Second definition, what do you mean by research methodology? Third thing is, what kind of research methodology you have followed? What kind of research methodology you have followed? So suppose you have taken any survey of employees. Jesse, some student is doing effectiveness of training programs of a particular company. So usko jana padega employees ke paas, he need to ask certain question ke how is the training program, whether it really helped you in doing your operational work, whether it really helped you in increasing your efficiency, whether it helped my teamwork, whether it helped depending on the nature of training program or the objective of the training program. He may ask certain question through Google form or by directly meeting them. So suppose you are trying to collect such kind of data by asking questions and writing them down in your diary, or by asking questions in a Google form and then collecting the Google Forms information, then you are doing descriptive research. Then you are doing descriptive research. Okay. Now the project like portfolio management. Portfolio management. So here probably the candidates or the research student may not go anywhere to ask the data. What he or she may do is probably she has sorted out certain scripts. एक 10 scripts रहेंगे उनके पास, and she may analyze के how the scripts are performed over a period of time of portfolio management. So it is possible that she may not go to any person to ask the question. So that kind of data is purely based on secondary data. Secondary data. Both the projects are absolutely acceptable, whether they are based on primary data. Primary data is something, are you aware what do you mean by primary data, secondary data? I hope you must be aware of.
Yes.
Okay, so primary data, when as a researcher you only collect it through questionnaire by interviewing the people, then also it is okay for our research project. Or secondary data, like someone is just analyzing equity analysis, company's performance over a period of 5 years by looking at their balance sheet. There he or she is not going anywhere to ask the question. They are just doing exploration of something, exploration of data. So that is exploratory study. Okay, that is exploratory study. Or for the case like IB case, here she must have asked the questions also to the people, and the other side is she must have gone through manuals also. So it is a combination of primary and secondary data. Obviously in every project, because you are doing literature review, secondary data होगा ही होगा, but कई projects में primary data नहीं होता. So in IB case, it is a mixture of primary data and secondary data, and she has collected the data by interviewing. She said commissioners or deputy commissioners or other people from customs office. Okay, so she has collected primary data also, and she is having manual specimens. So that is her secondary data, which has been already published somewhere. So you have to write in detail, okay, whether you have gone for primary data collection or secondary data collection, and how you have collected primary data and secondary data. So somebody may have taken questionnaire, then she write about questionnaire in detail. एक क्वेश्चनर तैयार किया, इतने क्वेश्चंस थे. इंटरव्यू मैंने पूछा उनको, there were 10 questions in the questionnaire, or all the questions were purely open ended. It was purely unstructured interview. So you can write about your method of collecting the data. Or I just gone through books, I just gone through manuals. Okay, so किसी का project ये हो सकता है to prepare the HR manual for a particular company. Then she may write कि I gone through companies, 20 companies manuals and then came up with my own manual. 20 company का manual study किया, मुझे लगा कि ये सबसे very close to culture of my company, and then I started to write manual for my own company. So that is purely based on secondary data, which is acceptable, but there must be some methodology. You cannot work randomly. All of us are experienced. We know that we cannot work randomly. कुछ तो methodology होगी आपकी. So this we can also discuss one to one, that what kind of methodology one can get in for doing a research. Anyone would like to discuss? Josna, Kritika, Pooja, Shirish, Tushar, Vivo, and Aniruddha.
Sir, as discussed, my research methodology would basically be discussing with the officials, the government officials, and that would be put into words.
Yes, so
And
you can
the
always
man-
write. Yes, you can always write. This study is descriptive in nature. So when you are writing this study is descriptive in nature, you should know what do you mean by descriptive research. So always you can write 4 to 5 lines in your language from a particular book. What do you mean by descriptive research? Now, one more important aspect I should explain when you're writing is, who was the respondent? You should always explain who was the respondent. So my respondents were teachers, employees, custom officers, excise officers. Who were my respondents? That also you need to write. Or if somebody is doing for interview of wealth managers, then wealth manager of a particular company. Okay, so you can always write who was the respondent for collecting the data, from whom I have collected the data, who was the respondent.
Sir, as mentioned previously, and also as you had said that regarding portfolio management, my study methodology would be majorly depending on the secondary data that I will be getting.
But yes, so you can always
Yes.
write it's a exploratory research, which is based on secondary data. So you want to
Okay.
explore something from the secondary data. So you can write my descriptive research is exploratory research, but it is based on secondary data. It is not exploratory data with the help of primary data. No, you are not collected any primary data. So write exploratory research, but secondary data.
Okay.
Yes. So somebody has posted in the chat box. I'll just go through the chat box. I cannot. So somebody's written, mine is job is a quality analyst, which is the form, which is from the same field I'm working. I think it was asked a little bit. Okay. So if you are doing a quality analyst ka job, whether it's a market, whether it's a manufacturing company, or whether it's a software company, or it's a purely service oriented company. So if it's about a telecom company, So quality analyst, how you are going to analyze the quality of service. It's a quality of service provided by employee, or whether it's a quality of service by a particular telecom company like BSNL, Airtel. Okay. So whether it's a telecom company like BSNL or Airtel or Vivo or not sorry Vivo but Jio or VI. So yes, in your project you can always okay 02, it's an UK based company. Again I will go through your response. It's a UK company. So Mr. So Shiriji, if it's a telecommunication company and you are going to quality analysis of a purely service oriented company, I don't know the perspective. If you are taking the data from the customers, then you can go for gap analysis. There is one concept called as gap analysis in service quality. In service quality, there is concept called gap analysis. There are two models of gap analysis: service quality and service performance. Service quality and service performance. Out of this service quality model, you can refer, which is also known as serve call. Serve, S-E-R-V, stands for service. Q-U-A-L, it stands for quality. Service quality model. Okay, that you can refer for your project. If you want, you can go through that model and try to find out whether it's suitable for your study or not. That serve call model will give you areas of pain management, that these are the services which are trying to provide to the customers and which are the pain areas for the customers where company needs to improve. So you can always go through serve call model and you can prepare your questions on the basis of service quality model. Just a minute. There is one more chat. Shraddha has asked, is presentation going to be online, and how many black books we need to provide? Presentation will not be there. There will be a Viva. Question and answer session will be there. I will mostly call the person. Okay, I should not disclose this unethically, but yes, it will be Q&A. It will be Q&A. It will not be a presentation. So you have to get your black books done. There is no need of preparing for a presentation. There is no need for preparing for a presentation. Yes, you can have at least one black book for the external person, and for me you can get a simple spirally bound project also. That is also fine for me, but at least one black book which is hard with a hard book with golden embossing, that is required for external referee. For me, you can always get spirally bound project. I hope I have answered. So the next topic is after organizational profile, research methodology, data analysis and interpretation. Data analysis and interpretation. This is more about what you have done. This is more about what you have done. So suppose you want to analyze the impact of training. Then you can say, what is the satisfaction level? It is data analysis and interpretation. So mostly what we do, we try to give data in tabular format and in graphical format in this section, in this particular topic. So you can always have tables, cross tables, pie diagram, pie charts, histograms, any other type of bar diagram, any kind of graph which can represent your data, that you can use in data analysis and interpretation. Now suppose somebody is just doing digital marketing program, or he or she is working in content writing for a particular website, then they can always go that this is my post and these are the insights for a particular story. This is my reel which I uploaded on the Instagram, and these are the insights for the story on Facebook and Instagram. Or profitability of a particular company. If you are talking about wealth management or a particular stock, then you can have that stock analysis over a period of time. If you are doing ratio analysis for a particular company, you can have a formula of ratio analysis like PE ratio, profitability ratio. There are 20 types of ratios, whichever you are going to use for your topic. You can have those formulas and numbers in data analysis and interpretation. For some projects which may be purely theoretical, you can either skip this kind of topic, or you can have, like IB project, you can have little bit representation from general economy, that how many import-export companies were there. You can always have how the exports have performed over a period of time of 3-4 years. Which sector has contributed more for exports? So these kind of graphs also you can add in this type of topic. But if you have collected primary data from different respondents, that you can represent in the forms of pie charts, diagrams, histograms, bar charts, or any other kind of diagram which you want to use. I hope this topic is clear. If it is not, please ask questions. This discussion is going to be there on the YouTube, but that interaction or the questions you can ask, this is the opportunity for you to have interaction regarding the project, data analysis and interpretation.
Yes, sir.
I think there is no question. Going ahead is next chapter is contribution to the organization. Contribution to the organization. How you have contributed to the organization. Now for a generic topic like somebody has done, Jo Pooja Pardesi has done, for it is purely trying to learn about industry, that is export import industry and documentation related to exports and import. There she has not contributed to any organization. But if you have done this project for a particular company, how you have contributed, how you have helped the company, whether you have generated certain revenue for the company during this period of 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, how you have helped the company. You have got certain leads for the company. You have done certain projects for the company. You have tried to develop certain vendors. You have tried to work on brand or reputation management for the company. It may be in any form. It may be in monetary form. It may be in non-monetary form. But how you have helped the company is sum and substance of this particular topic is contribution to the organization. Now, this topic is really applicable to MBA freshers, those who go in financial institutions like Kotak. There they may say that I at least sold 5 life insurance, 2 term insurance, 5 loans, then this is my contribution, financial contribution. I gave them 20 leads. I created 500 posts on Instagram. Okay. So this particular topic may be applicable for freshers, but not necessarily for you. But yes, in any manner, if your work is helping the company to have certain dimension for getting new customers, you can always quote it in this particular chapter, that is contribution to the organization. Contribution to the organization. Next topic is learning. Learnings. Now learnings is, ye kaisa tha? We started from objectives. We started from objectives. What I want to learn. Now, it is a simple thing that I want to go Delhi, but whether you have reached Delhi or not. So that are your findings. Okay, I wanted to learn certain things about portfolio management, whether I have learned it or not. I wanted to learn something about training and development. What I have learned about training and development. What is the status in the organization? Whether training policy is good or not. Whether employees are gaining something out of it or not. What is going wrong? What is going right? So you can always discuss what are your learnings from the project. So somebody has not done for a particular company like export import documentation, but at least आपने वो specimen study करके what you learned, what is the value addition in you as a human being, as a management student, what is the value addition in you? So that value addition you have to link with the objectives. कि मैं यहाँ जाना चाहता था या जानी चाहती थी before my study, and what is the status after this study. That you have to quote in the last topic, that is learnings from the project. Learnings from the project. In learning, after learnings, you can take about suggestions. So according to you, if company is doing any kind of mistake, there's loophole, there's scope or opportunity for betterment in the present process. There is something wrong which is not good for the organization as far as your topic is concerned. As far as your area of study is concerned, you can always give suggestions. But suggestions should be based on your study, your learnings. Learnings कुछ और है आपके और suggestions कुछ और दे रहे हो. This is not valid. All these suggestions should come from your learnings. Learnings से मुझे ऐसा लगा that few of the trainers which have been employed for training, which were hired for training, they have not planned their sessions very well. That is the feedback. Then you can write in suggestions that the company should look for those trainers who can have better planning of their sessions or schedules, or the trainers should plan their content in a better way. So you cannot write anything in suggestions. That typically happens for the freshers of MBA program, regular program. के promotions बढ़ा दो, sale बढ़ जाएगा. Okay. Distributors appoint करो इस area में, sale बढ़ जाएगा. Sales people बढ़ा दो, sale बढ़ जाएगा. For this kind of suggestion, a study of 2 months, 1 year, 1 month is not required. Even I can say that, अरे थोड़ा advertising expenditure बढ़ा दो आप, the sale will improve. Don't give generic suggestions that can be given by any layman. You have been working in the industry for a particular period of time. Not only that, you have certain learnings, और उस learning के basis पर suggestions देना है. Suggestion एक दो लेकिन valid दो लेकिन valid दो. 2-3 पन्ने मत लिखो. Even if you write 2-3 suggestion or even 1 suggestion, that is also fine. But that should be valid and that should come from your data. That is a suggestion part. Any problem in whatever we have discussed till this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. And the last topic is that summing up
Sir, I
the
want
three
to,
topics in one go.
sir,
Yes,
sorry to
please.
interrupt.
Yes, please. Yes,
Sir,
please.
I
Yes,
just
please.
want to know that whatever project I am doing and what job profile I am having right now, they both are
Huh?
completely different.
Okay.
So I mean, what to mention about the organization and that I'm not understanding, sir.
No, for
Like
both the
ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को
right
कैसे प्रॉफिट हुआ मेरे प्रोजेक्ट से वो आप बता रहे थे लेकिन वो मेरे प्रोजेक्ट में और मेरे प्रोफाइल में कुछ है ही नहीं सर मतलब दोनों भी अलग अलग है
any topic, like which topic you are working for? What is the
सर आई
topic?
एम वर्किंग फॉर पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजमेंट
Okay, तो if भले ही किसी कंपनी को अभी यूज ना हो, but it should be useful to someone else, at least portfolio manager.
हाँ हाँ
So you can write
सर लाइक इट इज नॉट कंपलसरी कि जो जिस कंपनी में मैं काम कर रही हूँ उसी कंपनी के उसी कंपनी को रिप्रेजेंट करूँ या फिर उसी कंपनी के ऊपर रिसर्च करके वो सारा कुछ बनाऊँ मैं दूसरी कोई कंपनी लेके आई मीन आई स्टार्टेड ऑलरेडी विथ अदर कंपनी नॉट विथ माय कंपनी सो
not
विल दैट
necessarily.
वर्क
You can make any project. You can work on any project for any company. It is not mandatory that you should work for only your company. What is the benefit of working in your company? अगर कुछ financial data है तो वो आसानी से मिल सकता है. That is the only benefit.
ओके
Otherwise, you can make project on any other company. It is not a problem at all.
अच्छा
So आप अपने कंपनी में करो.
सर हाँ सर मुझे एक पूछना था कि अगर अभी तो मेरा प्रोजेक्ट ऑलरेडी स्टार्ट हो गया है तो आई एम मिडवे मैंने दूसरे कंपनी के ऊपर बनाया लेकिन व्हाट इफ मतलब व्हाट इफ आई मेंशन कि इस मेथोडोलॉजी से मेरे कंपनी को क्या फायदा होगा ये क्लैश हो
No, you
सकता है
can.
क्या सर मतलब
No, in this case, you can write what is the benefit of this project to a company. आप कुछ तो evaluate करोगे कि these stocks the companies have selected wrongly. These stocks are giving good returns. So at least you can giving them idea. You are giving them idea that which selection went wrong and why.
हाँ हाँ
अगर उस स्टॉक का प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी कम है, खराब है, तो you can always suggest that the company should get rid of at least these things and they should not invest in such kind of stocks. That insight you can always give to a company.
ठीक है सर फिर और वो ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल इंफॉर्मेशन भी हम लोगों को स्टार्टिंग में देनी है फिर वो कौन से वाले इस पे दूँ सर मैं
नहीं, जिस कंपनी के लिए आप काम कर रहे हो, so suppose you are working for Kotak Bank and you are doing project for ICICI Bank, तो ICICI Bank का ही आप इंट्रोडक्शन दे दो. There is no problem.
ओके सर ठीक है सर चलिए दैट्स ऑल थैंक यू
Coming back to remaining 3 chapters, because I will try to sum up all these 3 chapters in small thing. The next chapter was about conclusion. So what is the conclusion? You have to sum up your project in 1 or maximum 2 paragraphs. That what happens in a particular area for the company. So suppose somebody is doing on portfolio management. Portfolio management क्या है? Where the company is going wrong in picking up scripts, which sector is doing good, which sector is not doing good, volatility अगर market में है वो किस side से आ रही है, if somebody is doing for international business export documentation, कौन-कौन से documents लगते हैं, कौन-कौन से document किस sector के लिए compulsory है, for food there may be different types of documents, for agricultural chemicals, there may be different types of documents. So you can focus on any one sector and you just have a comment. Conclusion में आपको 2-4 पन्ने नहीं लिखने हैं. You have to conclude your topic in just 2 paragraphs, half page. कि आपने क्या सीखा, क्या conclusion है, company कहाँ पे और better कर सकती है, that you can write in conclusion. Bibliography में already I have commented. Bibliography में आपको वही लिखना है. किसी भी बुक में से, किसी भी वेबसाइट में से, किसी भी मैगजीन से, न्यूज़पेपर से आपने जो कुछ भी कंटेंट लिया है, you have to name them. Don't write search engines like google.com, yahoo.com, bing.com, because those are search engines. You have to give a link. Government of India, export import government department, this is the website and this is the link. Entire link has to be copied. So uska hum dete hai credit to the original authors in bibliography. The last part is annexure. Annexure mein you can have photographs which you cannot add in the main project. Annexures mein you can always have questionnaires जिससे आपने data collect किया था. Annexure mein you can have any other specimens, documents which are supporting your projects. You are supporting your projects that you can always have in annexures. Annexure is add-on, appendix. So that may be relevant to your study, but it is not a main part of the study. That things you can keep in annexure. So हर एक project के लिए annexure होना ही चाहिए, not compulsory. But you have collected primary data आपने collect किया है, तो all those questionnaires, interviewers, so those questions will come in annexure. Plus, if you have some manuals, you can always have it in annexure. So that is the annexure part. Any problem in annexure?
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
Especially we're discussing about Puja Pardesi, very important specimen. You can keep Puja in data analysis and interpretation chapter, and those specimens which are not very important and very lengthy, you can keep it in annexure. You can keep it in annexures. In portfolio management kind of topic, I don't think there will be annexures, anything. If you want to add, there may not be any annexure. Some add-on information you want to add, then you can add it. Otherwise, you can skip the topic. For a topic like analysis, if you want to give certain pictures, certain a part of your project directly, but as a just supporting document you want to give, you can give. Otherwise, you also can skip this particular topic. So this is about SIP. Please be in touch as far as the SIP project is concerned, or you can have one-to-one Zoom discussion for 3-4 days. I'll be available on Zoom call from 8 to 8:30 or 8:45 or 9:30. Not a problem for me to give time in the evening. We can have one-to-one discussion also, but please prepare your project in the right manner and please don't get stressed out. Stress will not help us. Probably constructive work can help us. If you have any doubts, just put a question by 7:45 on my inbox. Every day. Somebody want to
सर आपका आवाज कट हो रहा है.
So as I said that if you have any doubt regarding SIP, for the next 2-3 days, we can have a discussion one-to-one on Zoom from 9 to 9. If you have some query, you can come to the institute and we can discuss. But Vivas will be taking place at the institute only. Vivas will not be online. So some people may be outside Pune or not in India. They need to take care of the schedule. Means university has declared it little bit, especially those people, they are not in India, they make a problem, but it cannot be have, which like, it will be physical vibe. At the where I am one of the panel members.
सर आपका आवाज थोड़ा कट हो रहा है सर बीच में.
Sorry, I'm just out of my home. So
Okay.
again I will repeat that the Viva cannot be held online. It will be physical. It will not be virtual. And for Viva also, you have to visit the institute. Tomorrow I will post a schedule for Viva, final Viva, after discussion with the external referee from the university. So we can have external Viva, but physically. If you have any doubts, you can post me a message. We can have one-to-one discussion on Zoom, or you can directly come to the institute. We can have discussion one-to-one, no problem. But tomorrow, at any cost, I will post a schedule for Viva. So for that, you have to get your distinct project and your college identity card, or if it is not there, at least a hall ticket copy is mandatory.
Okay.
And I'll be posting the YouTube link of this particular meeting on the group. Please convey the others. Those who have not attended, they can attend the at least YouTube channels.
Sir, what is the tentative dates for schedule for Viva?
I'll just confirm it. Tomorrow morning only. But just give me 1 sec.
Okay, okay.
Just give me 1 sec. Most probably it will be on 10th, because 10th is the last day. So we can have it on 10th.
Okay, sir.
So, I wanted to know when are the second semester report cards available at your institute? Second thing, are fourth semester textbooks available with you? Because they're available with SOL right now.
No, fourth semester they have not sent as of now. And mark sheet also, yes, we have not received the mark sheet as of now.
Okay, sir. Because the other students at the other study centers have received both these things.
For which semester they have received?
Second semester results and fourth semester textbooks.
Okay, so just I can confirm it tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So after reaching the office. So even if
Yes.
they have not received it, I will tell them to collect tomorrow only, not a problem.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Say, can we log off? Yes, can we conclude?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for attending indeed.